place called? Sculpture Trails. Sculpture Trails. We just went there. Now we are here. It says that it started in 2002. There are sculptures from artists from around the world. And there's where it is. So if you want to take some time to hit pause and read that, feel free. We're not real sure what we're doing. We just found a sign that said parking in a barn. So I don't know what we're supposed to do. Apparently, we're supposed to take some pictures. So we are going to, apparently there's an event that way. So we're going to go that way. Let's see what kind of an event is down here. But is there like someone here that we pay to go in, or so it's free? Apparently here's where we go to the old tobacco barn. If you go right, which is out, you have to go your own way. All the dreams are this way. And trails and adventure. So it looks like all the good stuff is that way. Alright, let's go see what we can find. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do here. I guess just nose around.
Yeah, you're just walking around to visit all the sculptures from people around the world.
I think I hear other humans. So this one looks like it's interactive. You can hop up there and sit down.
They did say that that's what it's for people to be able to touch.
Oh, so we can touch stuff, and that's interesting. Look at that thing. Look at that dude. He's looking a little wicked. Huh. I do hear other humans, but I did not see any other vehicles. Wow, that's pretty cool.
They do put on workshops.
Maybe that's what they do here, is some sort of a workshop. Hopefully the event that's going on today isn't some weird sacrifice and we are the bait. Where are you going? Oh, there's a trail.
So is there a place where we can pick up a paper?
I don't know. I think we might be going the wrong way. Let's just go and see what happens. All right. There's something down there. Where are you going, lady?
There's a thing right there. I want to see if there's paper there.
Oh. Were we supposed to go inside the barn? Okay, so it's got a chain on it, so we don't go in the barn. All right, we're gonna get this figured out, and I'll let you back in on it. Direction, so we can see what each of the exhibits is. We can see where we should be going as to not get lost. And there's the front of this thing. So that's a big old turtle.
Yeah, I think there's supposed to be numbers by them.
Right there.
Oh, number 3 is box turtle, William Pratt, Salisbury, Indiana.
So I don't know if you want to go on the entire trip with us or not, but you can. There's a whole bunch of something going on down there. And I do not know what. Currently all I see is a bearded dude in a white cowboy hat. He doesn't look dangerous at this point though. So we will continue on. I don't either, but there's a chipmunk on that thing.
Where?
He just went up that log. You missed him. And apparently we are being surveyed by a camera. Wonder where it's at. Probably can't find it. That's why they call it a hidden camera. Right there's number 2.
Oh.
It appears to be
In the Moment by Dave Cadell.
In the Moment.
From Kentucky.
From Kentucky.
Yeah, from Kentucky.
It's interesting. Some things I don't completely understand.
Well,
it's all in the eyes of the artist. And it's for me to stand and ponder. Number 101.
Number 101.
Apparently these aren't in numerical order.
Okay, 101. There's 101 on here. It goes from 100
That's
to
glass.
103.
Well, 101 is not on the, there's a dog. Hopefully he's right there.
Oh, please don't attack us. No.
He doesn't look like an attack dog. Alright, let's continue. Let's just continue on. We didn't see anybody when we came in. And there was like no place to check in or pay, or so I kind of feel like we're doing something wrong. Maybe not. But 108.
108 is not on here.
Dang it, it's not on there. It appears that they need to update their listings. Okay. $102. Apparently the dog, there's another one coming. Hi, pup. Apparently you're nice. Well, that's good. Because we did not want to deal with mean dogs. Hopefully you're nice too. That's a good dog. Alright, go away.
102 is not on here either.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Alright.
That one's kind of funny. Did we just pick like a leg or
I have no idea. Are we even supposed to be up here? Should we have started down there?
We started at the entrance. This is, I think we're on the Iron Root. No. Red Barn Iron Foundry. That's where we started, right?
Yeah. No, we're at the...
Oh, we're at the old tobacco barn?
Yeah.
We just did this. There's all kinds of...
So that is that.
What is that? Yeah, it's an exhibition. There's all kinds of...
Well, let's not worry about it and let's just look around. Number 4.
Number 4. Ooh, I think I have a number 4 on here. Floating Weight. Roy Kitchen. Colebrookdale, England.
Floating what? Weight?
Mm-hmm.
From who?
Colebrookdale, England.
England. Number 5. These are probably all from the same dude.
Yep. Weight and tension.
Weight and tension.
And you're right, they're all from him. The next one is his also. It is called Wedge and Column. If it's number 6.
Yes.
Yep, called Wedge and Column.
Huh. They appear to be made out of aluminum. Or since he was from England, he would probably refer to it as aluminium. There's all kinds of stuff up here. Huh?
But I wish I would have put on my logo.
Number 7.
7? 7 is Merge.
Who?
Merge.
Oh, Merge.
By Ryan Goff from Louisville, Kentucky.
From Louisville, Kentucky.
This is the cast iron sculpture exhibit. That's what this was right here.
We probably should have been down there. Okay. Number 43.
You can sit wherever.
Well, we did.
43, Thunder Horse by Richard Rome, London, UK.
From the UK.
Yeah.
Thunder Horse.
Yeah.
Huh. $57. Bark hut. Another person from England. So here's the deal. I'm not going to show you all these because I think you ought to come and check it out. But I wanted to give you kind of a taste of 58. This one's pretty unique.
58, Fire Goddess by Uri Hill, Tallahassee, Florida.
From Florida. Fire Goddess. Oh, I should block out that part. For young children. So the cool part is that this whole thing is a trail through the woods, just in the hills of Indiana. And I can stand here and see multiple sculptures all over the place on the hillsides. This is just kind of cool. It's very unique, very different. So I'm not going to go an entire tour because, again, it would be cool if you'd come see it on your own and support this sort of thing. Support the artists, support the people that have taken the time to set up these displays and take care of the trails. But we are...
It says the ones with the yellow plaques
Yeah.
were created at the trail. The ones with the black plaques were juried sculptured.
Okay, so if they have a yellow plaque, they were made here.
Yes.
And if they have a black plaque, they were made elsewhere.
Yes.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yes.
So
All the ones that we were looking at were actually made here.
I thought that was a bear, but I think it's a pig.
From the UK. 44, The Pig and Politician by Heidi Myers, Colebrookdale, UK.
So that was made here by somebody from England.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Here's cool because they came all the way here to make it.
Okay, well, we're going to cruise through here and see what we can find. And see if those dogs attack us.
No.
Oh man, check that one out. It's way up there on the hillside.
Yeah, right now we are in what's called the Iron Loop.
We are in the Iron Loop. And this is where we are going to depart from you for just a moment. So stay tuned.
Oh my gosh, that is creepy.
I think that's a replica of a monster off of Doctor Who. Number 40.
Knowledge has no blind side. Kate Bannerby.
It's creepy weird. So we just came off of that hillside. There's sculptures and art all up there. Now we're down in this bottom. And I was just thinking, in 500 or 1,000 years, when people are going through this area, they're going to find all this stuff. I wonder what the heck was going on 1,000 years ago. Because they're going to look at that and just be totally confused. Number 14.
Ghost flight.
Ghost flight. In 1,000 years, I'm sure that's what people will think of when they look at it.
Probably not.
Still super cool. What's funny is you get in the woods and things seem to be somewhat camouflaged and it's hard to see things, but this art stands out so distinctly against the trees and against the forest that it's pretty unique. Even stuff that's rusted and the same color as the bed of the forest, it still stands out. So as we're walking, it's not hard to see the next exhibit because it just, again, it stands out. Up here there's one with concrete. There's one down there that's concrete. This is a unique place. It's super cool. That one thing with the that looked like a Doctor Who alien is up on the hill, still staring at us. I do not know. This is just interesting because you go to museums and places like that and it seems so don't touch, don't get too close. And these exhibits are set up to where you can walk right up to them and put your hands on them and see what they're made out of. And probably one of the most unique art museums that I've ever been to. Could you imagine walking through here and just seeing deer walk through or something like that? We should take a selfie with that one, my bride says. I thought this was kind of unique. Kind of interesting. Now we're walking down to where we heard the other humans to see if we've done this all wrong. I'm still afraid we came in at the wrong spot. Oh, I see a giant pig. That looks interesting. Where did my bride go? Oh, she is taking a picture of me, taking a picture of her. That's strange. And I use these words like strange and odd and weird and different very respectfully, because I do not have an eye for art. Well, I do. I mean, I think it's unique and I think it's super cool. I just don't always understand. And there are those that could look at something like that and hear the title and say, oh yeah, I see that. I just don't. But I can see the craftsmanship that would go into something like that, and the effort and the work and the thought process behind it. I just don't always understand it. So if you're watching this and you do have an eye for art, don't let my words sound disrespectful, because they absolutely are not. I mean, and then there's some art when I look at it, I just want a bacon cheeseburger. And I don't know why this would make me think that, but it sure does. Anybody else want a bacon cheeseburger? Yeah, that's what I thought. Super cool. All right, down here is where we saw these other people, and we don't know where we're supposed to be. We might not belong here. So if we come up missing or never do any more videos, somebody go to southern Indiana and look for us. Nah, just screwing around. People down here have been incredibly hospitable and very nice, very kind. You get away from some of the bigger towns and bigger cities, and it's amazing how people just interact differently. What? Yeah. So we're going to go talk to the other people.
That's a mold that came out. It still has its gating system on it.
Yeah.
Which is where the iron goes in and where the iron comes out of, if you see. The iron, this big cup.
So this is a mold?
Yes, sir.
Correct?
It's resin bonded silica sand.
Okay.
It's a polyester resin, 2-part. And the iron will go through here, through your main cup.
Right.
And then travel through whatever system there is and feed the pattern, if it were like a block pattern like that or something. And then it'll come out these vents. But before the iron comes out, there's gases that are coming out of those vents as a part of the iron changing liquid to more of a solid state.
Right.
And when we see that there's iron that's come out of there, then we know that it's poured throughout the whole mold, and we'll go on to the next one.
So how do you when it's poured in there, how do you ensure that there's no air or anything trapped inside of it?
The gases and all the
The
air
gases
come out through the
come
vents.
Okay.
These are window weights for I think it's a butcher house or a sausage house, a new restaurant in Lexington.
Okay.
That an artist came up for. And made molds. That one's about 220 pounds. That one's about 100.
So what are those window weights?
Yes, sir.
To counteract the weight of the window? Oh, okay, yeah.
And they are their full
Oh,
weight.
geez, yeah.
They're iron's heavy, so.
Absolutely.
And right now, we have another furnace up there. We got 2 right there. This one there. And then up. If y'all came through the woods right there, there's some stairs and another gallery.
Yes.
There's another furnace up there that we actually just...
We saw some of the small ones that had like vent tubes coming off of them. Is that, or I mean, they weren't real big up in the woods.
Oh yeah, there should be one up there still.
Yeah.
We just had a zip line that ran down to a bonfire and poured a ladle on it and ran the zip line all the way down.
Super cool. So what do you use to heat?
So, over here, I'm a visual person.
Oh yeah.
And this helps explain a lot. We have I don't see any on the ground right here. That's not coke, that's old mold. But we have coke, which is high carbon coal. That's
Okay.
man-made.
So not your mama's Coke.
No. And we'll have that in your bed area, which is all those little black ones. You'll have that up to a predetermined height, which is, you see those circles here. This one's closer. But all the rings are where air is fed through your blast pipe into your wind box. Then your coke will be about up to there, and then there'll be space in between. It doesn't lock tight. It's gapped out.
Yeah.
And you'll put iron and coke over it, and it'll come down. The iron and the coke will burn off. The iron will preheat in this stack, and then start to melt about here, and then it'll fill up this well with liquid iron. And how we know that we have enough iron to go and extract it through the tap hole is over on this side. You have your slagger. There's another hole that's behind all that. And the impurities, which happen due to the carbon and anything that is on there, like the patinas or enamels or anything that's on all the reclaimed iron that we get, will come off and float on top of the iron because it's less dense.
Right.
And it'll come out of there, and then once we start seeing that, it'll be a minute or two before the iron comes out, and then we'll see iron come out of there, and then we'll...
So then what you're getting out of that is pure and all the impurities, that stuff the slag comes off the top.
Yeah. And if there's anything left, we scrape it over in that grate. And you see those two little...
Yes. Yes.
Those are little hand ladles. They do about 150 to 200 pounds. And then we have this ladle. That'll hold, I think, about 1,200 pounds of iron.
Wow.
And that one, we can get 900 to 1,000 pounds of iron off that. You see that third plate, the highest one?
Yes.
From that third slagger.
Wow.
And so it's just iron coke until everything's poured. And then you see how there's a circle on the bottom?
Yes.
And there's not one on that one. That door is closed, but how we get it out, you see all the rubbish on the bottom? Pull a pin and it'll just all drop out.
Oh, wow.
And we take these hooks and rakes to scrape it all out, because it's still like a good 2,000, 2,700 degrees.
And you said you're from Florida, right? What's your first name?
David.
David, where'd you go to school at?
I'm at the University of North Florida.
Very cool. And you're studying?
Sculpture.
Nice.
And this is our iron pile. We barely have anything left now because we poured since the beginning of the
So does most of your material come from just recycled people?
Yeah, this is all from a scrapyard. We actually go and buy scrap. If you want, Jerry Massey, who runs all this, he's down here. But and iron's really brittle, so you can just take a sledgehammer, hit it, and it'll break. But yeah, we use like old radiators, old manhole covers.
Yeah.
And depending on the size of your furnace, different size iron and different size coke.
And that's what this is? And what is this made up of?
This is high carbon coal.
Oh, it doesn't have much weight to it at all. Very light. My goodness. That's probably what, 6, 7 pounds, 8 pounds? I mean, that's just...
It triples in weight when it gets wet.
Wow.
We get it down from Birmingham, Alabama, and bring it up here. And
so that ends up being part of the heating agent?
Yeah, that is our fuel, actually.
Okay.
That and air. This is our fuel and then air, because everything that is under combustion, you need a fuel to air ratio, just like on your vehicle, on your car. And yeah, we started with 8,500 pounds of coke, plus whatever we had left over from last year. And that mound was probably about up to like your and my sternum.
Yeah.
And that's all we have left.
Well, considering the weight of it, 8,500 pounds would be, I mean, that's a lot compared to 8,500 pounds of iron.
Yeah. No,
wow.
It was a full 20-foot trailer with 3-foot sides on it, slap full.
So then, how many students are?
There are 15 month-long interns, and then they'll rotate through week-long interns. But
You were saying from Chicago to Florida to Kentucky, Boston.
So we have one intern from New Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah, all over. This is the place to be if you're in iron casting throughout the year. because of the facilities and the knowledge. And one of our artists is actually from England. It's been here for 2 months now, I think.
Wow.
Or just going on 2 months.
This is fantastic. To know that a place like this is available for you guys to come and everything be hands-on.
And the other night we actually just had our big event called Fire at Night, where we ran 5 different furnaces throughout the day and poured, I think, about 7,000 pounds of iron in there.
Wow.
Started just about 10:30 and went till 10 or 11 at night.
Very cool. Well, what...
If you want to take a look at our foundry, watch out, he's about to weld, so don't look directly
Sure.
at that,
I work in a machine shop, so we do a lot with steels, but we're doing stainless steel and, you know, high-level stuff because we're in the food industry. But
316 Allen, all that fun stuff.
Yep.
We also do some small aluminum pours here, which we have aluminum storage over there.
So after you do the pour, does the mold get ruined? Is it a one-time pour?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You can't reclaim this sand with this process, but other processes you can reclaim the sand. Like green sand, you can do that, and we have...
So that's been poured, just not fully...
No, this is not poured yet.
Okay.
This is... You have parts of molds, so this is a mold with some hidden parts to get detail there, and those will come out. There's wings and a woman. Like,
oh, wow. So what is this part?
Part of the mold.
Is that what's making the mold? This?
Yeah,
okay.
This is the pattern, and I don't.
Oh, I understand.
think she might have left already. She's an artist from down in the Birmingham area, and we're gonna finish this mold for her, get it on the line, and then pour it all tonight.
Wow.
So she creates a pattern,
Yeah.
then creates the mold, and then pours into the mold.
Yeah, takes the pattern out of the mold, and then the negative space will fill that up.
That is wonderful. So cool.
Yeah, I know my mold's open right now. If you want to
Absolutely.
take a look at that.
I'll look at whatever you're willing to show me. Excuse me.
Loves that moisture, you know? So you have a slight amount of moisture.
Like,
But like
when you pull the pattern out, you'll have your negative
I feel like my teeth.
that you took. And this was a piece of pine,
Mm-hmm.
a stick, and
But I
that flips over like
I
that.
feel
And,
like everything I
Then
do
there.
match up perfectly.
and then the iron will fill that negative space.
So ultimately what you're going to end up with is a piece of iron
Yeah, you look at
that's going to look just like the...
that pattern.
Man, that's pretty.
Victoria over there, I think she's passed out.
That's super cool.
It is pretty warm.
Wow, this is incredible.
Yeah, that I did know. Like it has
Thank you for taking time out to
You're
show
welcome.
us.
Thank
This
you
is...
for coming by.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, we were just kind of lost and followed the voices.
Buddy started mobile fabrication
Okay.
and welding business, and we've been doing that. But
In Florida?
yes, sir.
Yeah. Where about in Florida are you from?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville.
But,
Well, it's super cool. So how much longer do you have left for schooling?
this is my last semester coming up,
Outstanding.
and after that, kind of see where things go. Either keep welding and doing stuff. I do have a furnace of my own that I built, and try to meet up with some friends and either build another furnace, start a foundry.
YouTube videos.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Okay.
It'll get you some business.
Well, I'll tell you what, I appreciate a ton that you walked us around and gave us some education. I had no idea.
Yeah, thank you so much
So-
for coming out. And y'all should, if you haven't,
Very, very much.
and if y'all haven't checked out all the trails, right now we are down at Foundry.
Yep. We started here, we came around, and here we are.
Okay. That loop up through there is also really nice.
Okay.
Sleepy Deer is kind of a new gallery, but there is some work out there. But all through Blake's Bay and that, there are some really big pieces.
Okay.
Caro, we just installed her piece, and it was, I think, about, it was 1,423 pounds of iron in one solid piece.
Wow.
And that went into a cast block of concrete that is now displayed there. It's very ugly form. And then there are a few other pieces from other artists.
So from where we're at now, there's a trail to the top of the hill. We can just jump up and get over there? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Man, thank you so much.
Check it out.
Thank you.
so much.
So that was super cool.
That was really cool. I was trying not to get in the way.
Oh, you were fine. So I don't know how much I got on there. He spent some time talking to me before we started videoing. So what we have here is a bunch of college student interns that are taking different types of art classes from literally all over the world. He told me there was one student here that was from England, and the guy that we were talking to is from Florida, and he said in terms of their major and the things that they study that this is the place to be for this sort of education. So he said what they do is they do a 1-month internship and they work, they create. And he showed us the places where they pour the iron and melt it down and all the work that goes into it. But oh, my bride isn't waiting on me. She wants to get up this hill. But he said what they do is they camp up at the top of this hill somewhere. So it's not like they've got the luxury accommodations. So I'm very impressed that students would come to this sort of a place to learn this sort of an art and spend a month camping just so they can get the education. There's a whole bunch of people down there that are probably going to be incredibly successful because it didn't look like any of them was afraid to work hard. Super cool. So we learned that we didn't do anything wrong. There is no guard shack or somewhere you have to pay. This is a free exhibit, and there are hundreds of exhibits out here in the woods. The little pamphlet that my bride has got I don't know, just over 100 listed on it, but it appeared that there are well over 100, maybe closer to 200 now, with some of the additional trails and paths that they've put into place. And being able to walk through here and talk to the students, and one of the young men actually giving me a tour of their workstations and what they're doing, that was pretty phenomenal. Kind of a up close and personal opportunity that I don't know a lot of people if they get that or not. I think the big deal was just simply stopping to talk to people. So even though he was from Jacksonville, Florida, he acted just like a Southern Indiana person. He was very kind and very nice. So I encourage you, if you're in this end of the world, what's this place called again?
Sculpture Trails.
Sculpture Trails. Just outside of Salisbury, Indiana and Southern Indiana. We're actually not too far away from Bloomington, Indiana, where Indiana University is. So if ever you're in Bloomington, it would probably be about a 30-minute drive to get here to check this out, and about the same to go see the tulip trestle. So as always, we encourage you, it doesn't always have to be metal detecting or camping or anything of that kind. There's actually art exhibits outside. And the only way that you're going to see any of these that we got to see is to get out. So we encourage you, man, take some time, look around, find cool things, get out and go see it. This is a really cool place and worth going to check out. And the cool part is outside of your gas money to get here, it won't cost you a dime. So get out.